Hello and welcome back to Anfield Agenda, or should I say Hospital Agenda, after yesterday. And we are back, myself and Mr. Murphy, the backup brigade, once again. How are we, sir? You good?
Very good, my friend. Very good. Happy to be back and happy to get into the news again.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on. I mean, we were only chatting yesterday about everything that was going on in the world of Everton, mostly Divock Origi, and everything has gone with Divock Origi is increased even further. But first of all, let's just want to say hi to the chat. Hope you're doing all well. And hope, Crosby's in the chat already saying we're both looking more alive today. I hope we're all doing okay in the chat. Divock Origi, Paddy, we spoke about him yesterday, and it looks like, according to one source, I will have to check, but 95% done. I think the journalist was from Tutto Mercato. I think to AC Milan, that's probably the most perfect move he could get, really.
It's it's not a Saturday night. It's a Tuesday night, and I like the way you've moved, Divock Origi. Listen, it's a good move for him. I love the guy. He's given us so much. He's an absolute legend of the club, no doubt about it. But it's a great move for him, and I hope he can. I hope he can go to AC Milan and become the pillar of that team and bang them in like he deserves to, because he's still a great player, has a great opportunity to go to Italy now. But yeah, it just seems about right it's about right time for him to head on.
Yeah, and he just wants a new challenge. And to be fair, you don't begrudge him that. He spent what? How many years has he been in? Since 2015, he's been at Anfield. So it'll be 7 years. One of those years, of course, he was loaned out to Wolfsburg, and the year before he was loaned out to his parent club, to Lille. So look, he certainly made the best out of his career, and everyone, I'm sure, at Liverpool misses him all the best. He's been incredible for us. And Paddy, I don't know about you, but I still think there's one Divock goal left, and it's going to come in a massive, massive game. I know it's going to happen.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? It'd be a nice way. People. I've seen a debate on a debate on Twitter this week. It was like which player would you love to score the vital goal to win the Prem and the goal to win the Champions League? And it's like Divock Origi. Why not? Like, just for the sheer add to the collection. Yeah, I love the guy. He'll be a good man to bring off the bench. I feel like he's gone down the pecking order a little bit, but when in doubt, get your Divock out.
Absolutely. Hope that's not Cockney rhyming slang. We certainly, Cockney rhyming slang. Get it? Yeah, Lewandowski. um, and talking of other players going on free transfers, mate. Franck Kessie has apparently agreed a deal to sign for Barcelona. Obviously, we were linked with him in the January window. Do you think we missed out?
No, I don't think we missed out, but I think like a club like United missed out. He's a great footballer, but no, I think it's better to go somewhere like Barca. And Barca are quietly building quite the nice squad, and they look to be in really good stead under Xavi Hernandez.
Certainly. I mean, that 4-0 win on the weekend was a real statement, and they've gone from ninth to being pretty solid in the Champions League places. Kessie's going to be a real good addition for them. I think they genuinely missed out massively on Wijnaldum in the summer. I think he would have played a lot more at Barca than he would have done at PSG. Yeah. And I think Kessie is finally their sort of midfield general that they can stick alongside, the youngsters and Sergio Busquets as he gets even older.
Yeah, big time. I think it's a true bit of business. Wijnaldum would have been way better off at Barca. I suppose hindsight's a wonderful thing. You feel sorry for Gini and what's gone on there, but Kessie's a nice little move, and that's the sort of moves they need to be doing while they rebuild themselves financially, because they need to learn from the mistakes of the past and signing players for an extortionate fee and wages, and they need to monitor that, and they seem to be doing that well.
Most definitely, and I think they're looking to reduce their wage bill even more when it comes to the summer. They'll move people on. Like Antoine Griezmann is going to be off the wage bill completely by then once he completes his move to Atletico Madrid, and several others as well are out of contract. So it's going to be. I think Barcelona are going the right way about their rebuild, but they're going to have to learn from their mistakes. But I saw I think it was Connor post on the Anfield Agenda Twitter earlier, and as Liz has put here, finally the Ketty to Liverpool rumours can go away because they have seemed so incessant over the past few years.
Yeah, no, for sure. I hate being linked to players that we know we're never going to get. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I wouldn't have been if we signed him. I wouldn't have been too annoyed, to be fair. But no, we're happy enough with our midfield, and we're waiting for that Jude Bellingham edition.
Yeah, for sure. I think he wouldn't really have been the sort of midfielder we needed. I think what we really need is a midfielder, and I'm sure I can put this to the chat as well. What we really need is a midfielder who can cover both the 6 and 8 positions. I think we lack a real proper competent backup for Fabinho, although obviously Jordan Henderson is very, very good in that position as well. So a one man who apparently, according to the title, we lead the race for is Aurelien Tchouameni. Mate, are you feeling it? We've had several links across the last week or so. 42 million apparently. Are we happy with that?
For that price, yes, but I have a bit of a weird feeling about French players at Liverpool. We haven't really had a good history with them ever, from what I can remember.
Djibril
Cinema
Cisse probably
Pongal,
the best one.
David Ngog, Sacco. It's been a bit miss with French players.
Djibril Cisse could have been amazing though if he didn't get injured. I'm pretty sure.
True. Yeah, true.
Bless
He
him.
was. Yeah. True. I don't know. Listen. Yeah, he's a great footballer for that price for sure, but I just don't see it.
As a midfielder, I think Tchouameni would fit our squad a lot more.
Sorry, I forgot about Konate. But that's still fresh, though. That's still fresh.
Yeah, the jury's still out on him being a great. But the thing that I really love with Tchouameni, and I love a look at a percentile stat, 99th percentile for interceptions. Liverpool aren't a side known for crunching tackles because we're usually in good enough positions in order to intercept the ball and to take the ball off our opponents. We don't need to tackle. And Tchouameni is really good at that. He's great in the air. He's got such a good shots in total stat as well for defensive midfielders. I think he's very all round, but the destroyer that we also need in that midfield for maybe a game where we need to defend a goal. I think that's the one place where we really maybe are missing Gini Wijnaldum a little bit, is where we need to defend our goal in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I agree that. Yeah, that's what Gini was really good for. Listen, again, I've seen bits of him. A lot of people wax lyrical about him, and for that price would be a steal. Why not get him done? Fuck it, be grand. Get him done.
Yeah, he would be. And don't forget, the last player we signed from Monaco was quite good. So hopefully he can. He could. What would the word be? I'm really tired. He could emulate Fabinho in the way that he's played at Liverpool. But Tchouameni, I mean, is he the sort of profile of midfielder you'd be looking at, a sort of a destroyer, or would you prefer someone who's a bit more of a playmaker, maybe a baby Thiago in that sense?
It's a hard one. I wouldn't mind like both. I think that would be those sort of upgrades are important. You could do worse than get two similar players like that. Have a really, really stacked midfield, get rid of some of the deadwood or some of the less desirable players. But listen, we're like, no matter, I know we're on for a great season here, but we want to go again next year, no matter what we win this year, and capitalize on the squad we have while Klopp's here. So I'm looking forward to a big summer, and the Klopp deserves it too.
Yeah, he is 22, and he can play either role. Corner taking quickly, that's a great name. But he's more preferable in more of a defensive midfield role. But I think he's got the engine to play a box to box role as well. I'd like him to Wijnaldum in one way. I think he's probably quicker than Wijnaldum is. But yeah, he's a really, really great option for whoever gets him. And for a £42 million price, he'd be an incredible signing. This is something that potentially might come up. What would you say to Tchouameni this summer and Bellingham next summer? It would be pretty much ideal, wouldn't it?
That would be fantastic. Obviously, Jude is the one that we've really angled for, but that would be perfect. That would be excellent.
Imagine Tchouameni learning from Fabinho and Jude Bellingham learning from Thiago. That is just
I tell you, we'd be in a good spot. That's for sure.
we certainly would. And one thing I did see today, and I put something together quickly on it, is this. Paddy, this is apparently the rumoured away kit for this season. For next season, sorry. So what would your thoughts be if that was it? Because that, for me, that looks absolutely gorgeous.
From there it does, but if you see the up close and personal, it has some weird pattern on it. I don't like it at all. It looks cheap. It looks fake. It looks like something you get off a stall in Cyprus or something. So from there it looks nice, but the one I've seen of the actual jersey looks awful.
But to be fair, you could stick Virgil van Dijk in a bin bag and it would look all right, to be fair.
Yeah, true. That's true. I just think without a pattern on it, with those base colors, I'm laughing. But with the pattern that was on it, it looks cheap.
Yeah. I don't know. That, you know, the blue kit last year, the blue one, that sort of, I felt the same about that when that came out, but then it just grew on me. I don't know what it was.
No, I'm not a big fan of that kit because we were so shit that season.
It is true. However, the Man United win at Old Trafford in that kit is iconic. Absolutely iconic.
True.
What do you think on the yellow kit, by the way? Because it's grown on
Trash.
me massively. I love it.
Disgusting. Yellow kit is rotten. I hate it.
Oh, mate, do you not like it?
No. And you think I would because it reminds me of McDonald's and I'm a McDonald's merchant, but no, I don't like it.
I mean, it sort of does. Tell you what, though, one thing, my mate used to work at McDonald's and he's kept the uniform. He's going to wear it on Halloween. Great idea for him. But what's your favourite all-time Liverpool kit, Paddy?
I would have to say 08-09 home.
I've got that one.
Carlsberg,
the one with the
Adidas.
The pattern within the collar thing.
Yeah, that's the
one. Checkers. That is a beauty, to be fair.
I think it's definitely an Adidas Carlsberg era one, but I think that one. The one before was a lovely one as well, but I just like the bold kind of white on the collar. I think it's a banger.
Yeah. One of my favourite kits, and I might be recency biased, but it's this year's away kit.
Yes,
it's absolutely stunning. It's definitely the best one that Nike have produced. But there's been some absolute bangers. 17-18 home has to be up there as well. Absolutely stunning. In fact, 17-18 home, the one I'm wearing.
Good one. You know? Very good. Yeah, I mean the old school Hitachi ones and all, like the Umbro one, yeah, they were all class. But for me, I think it depends on who you remember in the shirt and the good times and all. But I think the one, yeah, that one for me, 08-09 home was magnifique. Gerard Torres vibes.
Oh, that's the first team I really remember actually as a Liverpool fan.
Can't believe they never won it. It's mental.
Really, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Because they were constantly in Champions League quarters and semis. That era, man, we should have won so much more.
I think it was the third kit from the same season, or the green
one
with the black collar. I remember we wore it in a Champions League playoff against Standard Liège. That one's a very nice one. Very underrated though, because at the time I remember it wasn't really revered too much. 1920 home. I like that one, but it wouldn't be one of my favorites.
This one.
That's the one.
This beauty.
How do you so many? Are they from when you were a kid?
And I got this from a second-hand shop.
Really?
It was yeah. I also found the silver one from that one with Robbie Keane on the back, which is the one that I had as a kid.
I had that as well.
Oh, Robbie Keane, man. Like,
he was robbed.
I know, as an Irishman,
robbed Keane.
He was robbed, wasn't he? Because
we would have won the
he
title.
didn't do that badly.
Benitez is a wanker.
Yeah, we'll never. I mean, he might relegate Everton, and he also win us the Champions League. So can't really.
I remember I met Robbie Keane in a Dublin nightclub before, and yeah, he lovely guy. He gave me a picture and all, and I asked him what was the crack at Liverpool. He goes, "Yeah, no, Rafa just didn't like me. He was a prick." So yeah.
Oh man! Well, look, he played him on like the left wing, didn't he? When he was a poacher, he's a poacher striker. He also worked hard, but what a finisher he was, and he could have been so good. I think if you got Keane and Torres working well together, that would have been an unbelievable season.
Yeah, absolutely. 06 home kit, yeah, that was a nice one as well.
Oh, mate, there's so many. So
Wait,
many. Fabinho or
which one's that?
Mascherano? This is
Fabinho for me. Fabinho.
100%.
Yeah.
I think Mascherano, however much of a talented footballer he was a hothead.
Yeah.
He was, and that's whilst I have him on the back of this shirt, one of my all-time favourite Liverpool players, but he was a hothead in comparison. That's what made him lovable. But Fabinho, for me, is just on a completely different level.
Yeah.
When it
For
comes to,
sure.
I think
Paddy, he
Fabinho's
did. Remember Keane's goal against Arsenal that time was quality.
In that silver away kit with the red shorts.
Red shorts, yeah. Class.
That was unbelievable. But Fabinho for me, I think he's got the ability to go in like all-time defensive midfielder debates.
Oh, mate, 100%. He's so good. He's so elegant. He's just so good, man.
It's frustrating, but yeah. We've completely gone off topic there. Started waffling about kits, then they went on Robbie Keane. But moving swiftly on, there is some more transfer news when it actually gets up for me. That'd be nice. I've always had that problem. Anyway, apparently, so Bayern Munich, Paddy, a team who you slandered a bit yesterday, I will say. Their manager, Julian Nagelsmann, has apparently, according to Sky Sports, rejected or doesn't want the chance to go to and manage Manchester United. Obviously, Ralf Rangnick is leaving at the end of this season to become a consultant. He would rather replace Pep Guardiola at Manchester City in 2023 or replace Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp in 2024. Would he be a man you would be looking at as a potential Jurgen Klopp replacement?
Yeah, I think I said that yesterday or on a previous stream. Yeah, for sure. Just a man with a clear philosophy and an identity, how he gets a team playing, and he's still so bloody young. And yeah, it makes a lot of sense that he wouldn't want to go to United because it's just such a turbulent job, and he wouldn't be allowed to do what he needs to do. But coming to a City or Liverpool when the other boys leave would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean it's a strange because for me, thinking about it, Manchester United in when I was growing up would have been a job that anyone would have taken. You know, it's the best team in the world, one of the biggest teams in the world at the time. They've just fallen down so far, man. They really, really have. And you know what? I'm happy to see it. I mean, I want to put it to guys to the chat as well. Would you take Nagelsmann? But Paddy, is there any other managers that you potentially want to look at when it comes to sort of foreign managers that potentially aren't the typical, you know, the Gerrard or Linders debate that people like to throw around?
Well, obviously, when the time comes, there could be a new player in the game. But right now, I'd be looking at at the time, Gerrard, Pep Linders, Nagelsmann, Ten Hag, and a weird one in Thomas Frank. I just don't know. Maybe he could
Thomas Frank.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird one. I don't know. Weird one. Yeah, I know.
I love Thomas Frank, man, but come on.
Imagine that'd be funny. Nah, fuck that.
Would you take Guardiola?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So would I.
And a weird. Can you imagine that happened? Oh god.
Oh, it's on Football Manager sometimes. You just see it, Klopp and Guardiola swapping places.
That would be. I don't know how I'd feel about that. It'd be so weird.
I just don't think. I think Pep fits Man City so well, and Klopp fits Liverpool so well that it would really. I don't know. It just doesn't fit. Pep and Liverpool don't fit. It doesn't work. I don't think.
No. What about Mourinho?
He's finished now. He'll be even more finished in 4 years or 2 years or whatever it is. I don't know.
It has to be perfect. Like it's going to be a worrying transition. And again, I don't want to harp on about it because it's a while away, and we kind of want to enjoy the moments with Klopp. But wow, it would be. It will certainly be something. Listen, in an ideal world for me, it's always Gerrard if he's ready. Just give it to Gerrard and see what happens. I would love that.
Yeah, it'd be great. And I think a lot of people are really underestimating the job he's doing at Villa right now, as well. It gets disrespected because he's lost a couple of games of top 6 teams. I did think he was a bit out of order in his interview the other day. I don't know if you saw that with Des Kelly. But I don't know. I think he's proven a lot of people wrong in the way that he's coming. I mean, Aston Villa weren't in a good run of form. He's got them up to 9th place. They're pretty comfortable there. I think they'll finish top 10 pretty easily, and then they can build on from next season. I think that was always the job, mate.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree that he was out of order with Des Kelly as well. And as much as I love him, I was so cringy when he said, "I thought your questions would be more clever." Like the irony of you saying that. But I love the guy. But yeah, he's doing a solid job. I don't know what people are expecting. It's a work in progress. He's not going to magically have Villa challenging for Europe, is he? But I think with a full season at Villa and a full transfer window, a full summer, it could be very intriguing to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean they've got a hell of a squad there, I think, and they just need to remove some of the deadwood really and build a better defense. I don't understand what people see in Tyrone Mings. I'm not gonna lie. Gareth Southgate continues to pick him. Stevie G continues to pick him. So clearly he's got something about him, but I don't see it. I think Konza's a good centre back. I think they probably need another defender. I don't rate Callum Chambers either. I don't know why they signed him, but yeah, I think they just need a bit more strength in depth, and they'll be okay. But moving on, Kostas Tsimikas, Paddy, a man who's only been here for a season and 3 quarters, is apparently attracting interest away from Liverpool this summer. However, he isn't interested in leaving, and Liverpool do not want to let him go. I mean, does that surprise you? I think he's been amazing this season, and we need competent backups like him because he's probably one of the best backup left backs we've ever had, if not in the world ever.
No, 100%. Yeah, no, there's no reason to get rid of him at all. I'm glad that he doesn't want to leave. He's a perfect backup left back. And he's good enough one day to challenge Robertson. Like Robertson had a down period at the start of this season, and Kostas did come in. And next thing, Robertson went on a level. We need that level of competition in every position at this level. So yeah, no, I'm glad he doesn't want to leave, and we must keep him at all costs.
Do you genuinely think he can challenge Robertson? Because I don't know. Because even when Robertson wasn't playing too well, Jurgen seemed to stick with him. I think there's a certain loyalty with the players that he's brought through. I'm not sure he'll ever get the chance to properly challenge him. But what are your thoughts on that?
Apparently I have an echo. Sorry about that. And no, I think he could. Robertson isn't infallible, and I think he definitely could for sure. Let me fix this.
You all good, mate? Are you echoing? I can't hear an echo.
They can hear me twice, apparently.
You can only hear me once. That is weird.
How about now? But yeah, no, I think he can eventually. Yeah, Robertson was dropped out as a bit of a stage this season, so it's possible.
All right, we're going to wait until you can hear Paddy properly, but that is weird. Maybe from my microphone.
Hold on.
Oh, the headset's on. How about now?
Hello?
Hello, mate. Can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I can hear myself twice now through you. What?
That is weird, man. That is weird. I don't know how we're gonna have to try and fix this. I might have to go and get my headphones. I don't know where they are though.
Is that you? Yeah, it's your mic picking it up apparently.
Isabel,
and
can you come here, please?
I'll turn down my mic now. I think we're all right now.
Okay. Honestly, this is what happens when Craig isn't here. We just have so many technical problems.
Headset Paddy back again, boys.
Headset. My bag. Can you get my headphones out of there, please? Do you want to say hi to the stream as well?
Turn my mic down.
Turn Paddy down.
Turn me on.
Do you want to have headset Chris as well?
Hello.
I don't want any backup from Paddy or whatever it is.
This is me all
Paddy, you streaming FIFA tonight?
Possibly.
I mean, you don't want too much pressure. Do you want to say hi to the stream? Yeah,
this is still serious headset, yeah.
Yeah.
Two headset bad ends now. I love it.
Actually hear you.
Is Paddy all recovered from his 3-day pendant?
Paddy, you all recovered?
Getting there. I had a pint today when I was out. It was very bold of me.
That is very bold. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, nah. It is a really sunny day.
I'm never drinking 3 days in a row again. Actually, a disgrace.
I think that is why I'm ill, to be honest, because I think my body's just like
we look like pilots.
we do look like pilots.
Chris,
headset friends.
Chris putting the cock in cockpit.
Where are we flying today then?
Cockpit friends.
Cockpit friends.
Ooh.
You are now landing at Anfield Agenda. Don't forget
Landing
to take your change. Note to dispense below the scanner. But anyway, let's get back on the agenda of Anfield.
Let's get back on the. Would you accept 30 million for Kostas Tsimikas?
What's the point? I don't see the point. Then we're back to the drawing board of of needing another backup left back. I just don't see the point. We don't need the money, you know.
I suppose we don't. But then, what if that contributed to the Bellingham fund?
If that was the difference between getting Bellingham or not, maybe. But I don't think that would be a decisive factor. Do you get me?
No, I suppose not. But yeah, future of Costas it is really, really interesting. I do think what he does afford is the ability to give Andy Robertson a rest. I think he played pretty much 3 consecutive seasons of non-stop football, Andy Robertson.
Yeah.
And we can now afford, in certain games to not put him in there and to not have James Milner at left back. James freaking Milner, I do apologise, which in certain situations isn't desirable. And, I mean, honestly, I think Costas could go and play for a lot of other Premier League teams. I mean, how many do you reckon he could get in?
Starting wise,
who couldn't he get in? Because I think the majority he probably could.
I think he'd start for all bar the top 4.
The top 4 being the current top 4?
No, let's say City, Chelsea. Wait, yeah, City, Chelsea, us. Well, not us, and Arsenal.
Well, how about Spurs? Because they got Reguilon.
I would say he'd challenge Reguilon. I think he could. Yeah.
Maybe Villa with Digne.
Well, he wouldn't. Yeah, possibly. He'd start for he'd start for all but the ones I said. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I think he definitely has a future, and I think this is true as well. I don't think he'd be a star at PSG, Real Madrid, and Juventus, but he's certainly a fantastic player. And I genuinely hope he sticks around because you need multiple fullbacks in today's game because of the amount of football people play now and the amount of running fullbacks do because it's a completely different role than it used to be. He's certainly very important. But yeah, hopefully he sticks around and we can keep him for a long, long time and maybe he can challenge Robertson. Financial fair play, Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, man.
Financial fair play. So there was a tweet from Tariq Panja earlier, the FFP from the New York Times. UEFA to impose a new 70% spend ratio, so clubs can only spend 70% of what they earn on transfers. There is no salary cap. The sanctions are points deductions and possible relegation from Champions League. What are your thoughts, mate? I mean, does
it even exist though? Like, does it even exist?
I suppose not. I suppose.
I feel like we never see it in place. It's just bizarre.
I mean, how sports washers such as Roman Abramovich, the Manchester City and PSG, can get away with what they have done and use these sponsorships of their own ownership. That surely would be the number one sanction of FFP, but I think the 70% of spend could actually force some of these clubs to spend a lot less than what they do now. Because I'm sure Man City don't earn as much as they actually spend.
They don't, but that's the thing. Like they're getting away with it as of now, and they'll just find new ways. I don't know. It just feels like it's there for the sake of being there. But I feel like even the powers that be don't care if clubs spend this money. They don't care. It's just kind of there to appease the people in legislation, but it doesn't do anything.
Apologies. I honestly,
exactly this. This is it.
Honestly, the loopholes, workarounds, maybe some handouts to certain people. It's the enforcing of it has never been truly there. Who can we name a club that's been really done by FFP? I mean, and
well, Derby, no.
Is that financial fair play, or is that just having no money? Because
Mel
Morris pulled all the money out of there.
Well, in that case, I can't remember a time where it's been imposed. Derby, but I think that's like not spending too much. That's more just having no money.
That's Mel Morris, not Derby, because they £80 million, I believe. Mel Morris loaned them because of buying Pride Park. For himself and then giving it back to the club. They have truly that I think they've enforced a lot on smaller clubs more than the bigger clubs as well. As well as obviously clubs going out the football league like Bury, for example, or another one. There's, as you said, Paddy, I just don't think it existed. And I don't know whether this news story is more of a non-entity.
Yeah. I don't really bat an eyelid when it comes to FFP because again, it's never really enforced. You look at the likes of City who kind of can just inflate their income and get around it. So it never really, says anything to me. I don't ever see it actually working, but it's kind of irrelevant.
It certainly is. Another bit of transfer news that has just come up. Liverpool's interest in Bruges winger Noah Lang, 22 years old, is still there, and the Reds will try to lure him to Anfield, although they face tough competition from AC Milan. The price tag is said to be around €25 million, which I don't know whether Liverpool's policy has changed when it comes to signing players from smaller leagues, because we've obviously got Luis Diaz. Would you be interested in bringing in another winger in Noah Lang?
Yeah, of course. He's a decent player, to be fair. He's done bits for Bruges. He's a Dutch international as well. So, why not? Give it a go. But it seems a bit pricey, though.
25 mil in the current climate. Do you reckon?
But what's he done, though? He's only been around a couple of years.
It's true. That is true. But let's just have a look at his statistics. He got 16 goals in 29 last season, 6 in 20 and 4 in 20 this season. I apologize. I don't know. I don't know whether I'd be tempted to bring in a player of that sort of age bracket unless Mane or Firmino left.
Yeah, so Leicester, what's the point in getting them if they're not going to play any games? Like, that's what I don't understand, So, listen, it's one of them. It's probably just a fanciful link, but I don't think none of them actually happen.
No, I agree. I mean, there's been a lot of speaking about obviously in wingers in January before we got Luis Diaz. So I don't think that's a priority for Liverpool. I really, really don't, unless obviously one of the front three goes. We don't want to talk about the contract situation because it's been spieled over and over again. So we'll hopefully avoid that. But Lang, as I said, do you think Liverpool have potentially, changed their strategy a little bit when it comes to transfers, having not played in a big league for a while? Because we got obviously Luis Diaz, and Carvalho potentially coming in from Fulham.
Yeah, I feel like there's obviously a certain player Klopp identifies that he think will work, and he's being entrusted with that. Like, they just trust his word. I don't think you necessarily need to prove yourself in a big league. I think it's more Klopp has that much good credit in the bank now where the owners will just trust his initiative. And if he sees something in a young player or a player, they'll be happy to go and get him.
Yeah, for sure. At sort of 22 years old, he's got time to develop. I hope so. Anyway, I really hope that we go in and obviously redevelop the squad as it comes. What do you think of Wembley, Paddy? Because obviously there's been a lot of stuff going on Twitter about the Wembley situation.
Yeah.
They're not actually looking at moving the ground for Liverpool and Manchester City, despite the fact that there is no train travel from the Thursday onwards, as is the Easter weekend.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disgrace, isn't it? You know, it's an unprecedented time to have no travel, so I think there needs to be accommodations made. Obviously, it has to be a certain size, like 70,000 or so. And I feel like the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff is probably the best way to go, mate.
The Principality.
Yeah,
It's about
principality, lad.
it's 5 minutes from my house. Can't complain with that. Right in
No, I mean,
town.
we love a bit of the Millennium Stadium, don't we, or whatever the fuck it was called at the time.
Yeah, certainly do. I just don't think it's going to happen. The only issue I think the ideal place to hold it would have been Old Trafford. But
Funny
that stadium is in use on that day. Obviously, Manchester United are playing Norwich, I believe, on that day. So I don't think they would move around a United game to
I don't think
accommodate.
they would have allowed it. I don't think they would have wanted it. The United wouldn't have let it happen anyway.
Do you think?
No, their two biggest rivals playing in an FA Cup semi, not a chance.
It would be quite funny. And I to be fair, I do think the fans might do something to the ground, like trash the toilets or something. Like
It would never happen. But unfortunately, I don't think the big whips at the FA are really going to give a shit. They don't really care, because ultimately, if you want to go to the game, you're going to have to just find your way. And unfortunately, coaches will have to be used, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and I mean, there's going to have to be an excess of coaches now from Liverpool and Manchester, which is going to be really difficult. And fans are going to have to find ways of getting home otherwise. But yeah, it's just they're trying to encourage people to use public transport now, obviously for it being greener, in inverted commas. But the fact that they can't decide to at least the fact that they can't encourage it's so hypocritical, mate. It really, really winds me up, and they just don't care about the common fans whatsoever.
No, they don't at all. It's all about the money. They don't give a shit. As long as the tickets are sold, they don't care if there's going to be people actually there or not. But yeah, no, they really need to make accommodation. The lack of trains is bizarre. It's not good enough. It's not fair on the fans who might miss out, and it just increased the cost for those match-going fans as well. It just doesn't make sense. I think if both clubs agree to go somewhere, they should do it. I reckon play it at Anfield and just give City like half the stadium.
What about the general subject of playing FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley? I can't actually remember when it was introduced, but it's always been a bit weird for me.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It should always be for a final only. I don't agree with it. Takes away the gloss of going to Wembley itself. So yeah, I don't like it. I wish they should do it in other neutral grounds around the country, like Old Trafford's and St James's Park and things like that. It should be preempted at the start of the season. But yeah, they need to pay off that Wembley, don't they?
Yeah, introduced in 2003 apparently, and was done to pay off the stadium. But it's just it for me. As soon as that happens and as soon as it's done, it should stop. I just don't. I can't get behind it because it as you said, that Carabao Cup final at Wembley was a special occasion.
Yeah,
an FA Cup semi-final. It means we have to come back down again, and it's just like it's not the same. And Euros as well. I mean, yeah, the Euros that happened last summer were pretty much everything was at Wembley in the end, which is fine. But yeah, so it's just so frustrating. Moving on for some more stuff, mate. Did you see Trent's Instagram post today?
No, what was it?
He was put in the gym, and he captioned it the comeback kid. So it looks like he might be okay, but I think we knew that already.
He's going to be very important for the games coming up. I hope the other injuries that we've mentioned are also okay, but I don't think there seems to be any major injuries. So let's hope the lads in international duty will be okay also.
Yeah. Who is there any internationals going on tonight?
I don't know, mate. I'll have a look for you, lad.
Let's have a look on international football.
No fucking problem, mate. I'll look at that now, mate. All right, kid.
I'm just having a look.
We've got
it's all tomorrow and Thursday.
Necaxa from Mexico are playing Nicaragua.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Thursday, Scotland v Poland. That's going to be really important.
That's the qualies, isn't it?
Yeah. Qualification for the World
Mad.
Cup.
Oh,
Wales are also playing very, very soon. I don't know when the actual date is, but I know Wales are playing. And England are also playing Switzerland in a friendly on Saturday, which no one cares about. But international football is just dead, man.
you're talking to the Irishman here. I know well. Terrible.
Do you like have many good memories of international football? Because personally, I just don't. I've never
Oh.
really cared.
No, for sure I have. Like when you're from a small country like Ireland, any moment, like beating Germany back in 2015 or 16, that was unbelievable. We've had a couple of good runs in the Euros and playoffs. We had some great memories. The best memories though was probably just before my time, before I was even born. Italian 90 and all them things. USA
Jack Charlton was
94.
manager, right?
You were
Think Jack
88 as
Charlton?
well, Stuttgart, yeah. So yeah, Ireland used to be really good back in the day, but they're not that good anymore. We're up and coming, but yeah, it's a
Got some
shame.
good players coming through.
Yeah.
What's that Norwich centre half called? Obamadeli.
Amamadele.
He looked quite good in the League Cup game against us. I remember.
He's
That's
tidy.
about-
He's a good footballer. Yeah, there is a good few lads coming through. Ebosele, who was playing for Derby, has just moved to Udinese as well.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah. Are you guys are you in the qualifications for the World Cup, or is that
No, we didn't qualify. We missed out on the playoffs.
long gone?
Long gone, sir. Because we did lose to Luxembourg and draw to Azerbaijan. We had a bit of a howler of a group.
But if you lost to Luxembourg, this is how much I actually keep up with it. You lost to Luxembourg.
Yeah, we had some dark days this latest campaign. But we've turned the corner seemingly, and we're playing some good stuff. And in Stephen Kenny, we trust.
Absolutely. Naby, talking of injuries that we've had, pulled out of Guinea as well. Do you think that's a proper injury, like some others, or do you think that it's a bit of Klopp mind games?
I hope it's mind games. I love Naby. I think he's very important. And I was hoping he turned the corner in his injury. So I hope he's okay. And I hope it is the mind games. I really do. And I hope it's not serious no matter what it is.
Yeah. For me, right, the Trent one always seemed like it was like bullshit, because just before we played Nottingham Forest, he was never going to play anyway. And he's out for a few weeks. There was no sort of specification as the injury timing with him. I think I saw something with Robbo as well. I don't know if I'm making that up, but Naby, I'm just a little bit worried about because it's Naby, like, and his history with injuries. I think this season's been categorically his best in a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah,
he's probably earned himself a new contract, or at least an extension. But yeah, do you think he's turned the corner, both injuries and on the field?
Yeah, I do for sure. I've always rated Naby. It's just been frustrating. The player was always in there. It was the frustrations of the injuries. A lot of people still don't rate him. Robbo has COVID as well, apparently.
So is he going to miss the Scotland game? The actual game on Thursday?
He'll be back for us.
He'll be back for us. But surely Robertson wouldn't miss a Scotland qualifier. Surely not.
That'd be tough, man. That'd be tough on Scotland.
I just don't think Robertson would do that. I think that's surely a real thing. I hope not. I really hope not. Connor Bradley's injured as well, which is a bit of a gutting one for him. Hope he's okay. Connor Bradley's injured.
Yeah, I want to see more of him.
He's a good little player, man. I really do like him. I think I do think there's a future for him more in midfield. I think defensively he was a little bit wanting in a couple of others. In a couple of games that he's played, the Norwich game in particular in the Cup, I think he gave away a penalty in that game.
The Scotland game's a friendly. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, is it a friendly? Oh, there we go. See, that shows how much
they're paying you. Are they playing Ukraine in their game?
Or them, I think they might have been. Honestly, I don't know what's happening with Europe, with all this stuff. I genuinely don't watch
Scotland are
international
playing
football.
Ukraine. Yeah. When is that? Actually, that's going to be postponed, is it? Oh, it's postponed. Yeah.
It must be postponed. It's been moved to June. Okay. Well, I just don't. Yeah, I watched AFCON. AFCON's the first international tournament that I've actually properly watched, and it was terrible. So I'm not going to watch anymore. It was. I watched Ethiopia v Cape Verde, and it was 90 minutes of my life I will never get back.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't only watch the final, to be honest.
Honestly, I didn't watch any of it really. Do you see Kevin Phillips popped up today talking about Roberto Firmino? And he says that he believes that Firmino will be leaving in the next couple of years in order to facilitate new strikers and forwards at Liverpool. Mate, do you take heed from that, or do you think Firmino will stay as a Liverpool player in the coming years?
I think he'll stay. Klopp loves him. I think he'll stay. I love him too. I think we cry out for his link-up play at times. He's not the player he once was, but I still have hope for him, and he still offers us a lot. So now I think he'll be renewed and stay on.
Still dying. I'm still dying. It is hospital agenda big time today. Would you take Dybala, Paddy?
No
chance.
Overrated baller. Overrated.
I think he's got match-winning moments, but I just don't think he's. I think he's destined for Spurs. I'm not gonna lie. He screams at Spurs.
That would be a good signing for Spurs. That would make sense, actually. Yeah.
I think Conte. Well, he never actually played under Conte. I don't know what I'm on about, but Dybala in that system, they've got. No, he hasn't, because if you think Conte was left in about 2014, wasn't it? And then Dybala went in like 2016.
Wow, was he that far gone? No way.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think he was there before that.
Nah, he played for Palermo for a bit, Dybala.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. I mean,
because Conte managed Italy at Euro 2016. I think he was gone from there.
He was gone by 2014, but I'm pretty sure he overlapped with him a little bit. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, fair. It was 2015 he made the move. Okay.
Chris Donald's ball knowledge. That's what you should call me now.
Yeah, Dybala moved in 2015 and Conte was gone in 2014. So good shout. I would have definitely had them together.
But yeah, I think it makes sense. They've got a lot of Argentine contingents there already, with Romero, Lo Celso. Is Lo Celso still there? I don't even know.
He's at Villarreal right now.
Yeah, he left, didn't he? So, but they have had a lot of Argentine players there. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Maybe Manchester United as well.
Yeah, definitely. He's a Man United signing, very much so.
High profile, slightly on the downward spiral.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lots of people are saying same Maximin.
7-year deal.
Yeah, sounds very Manchester United.
Very United.
Since 2014, they have spent over £1 billion on transfers, which in 8 years. So that's averaging 120 mil a season,
and not a good track record. It's fair to say.
I mean, there's only really several value for money signings.
I think I have a list here actually. Since for about 40 players in that time, they've signed, and this is for 1.2 billion. This is the players United have signed.
Well, give us a list. Let's see if we can find any good ones.
Yeah. Mata, Fellaini, Di Maria, Shaw, Herrera, Valdez, Rojo, Blind, Falcao, Martial, Schneiderlin, Depay, Darmian, Schweinsteiger, Romero, Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Bailey, Ibra, Lukaku, Matic, Lindelof, Sanchez, Alexis, Fred, Dallo, Grant from Stoke, Dan James, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Fernandez, Odion Igalo, Van de Beek, Diallo, Telles, Palestri, Cavani, Sancho, Varane, and Ronaldo.
I think out of that, I would class Fellaini a good signing. I would class Mata a good signing.
40 million though for Mata, would you?
Yeah, he's had 8 years at the club. He's been all right. He's been okay. I think he's probably 4 years overdue leaving, but yeah, he's been all right. Just trying to think of any others now.
Some of them they paid £53 million for Fred. Is that right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And half of those they've been scared into buying because of. Oh, I suppose Bruno actually. Bruno's definitely a good side. However much of a knobhead he is. You right there?
They have the name Milinkovic Savic on this list as well. When the fuck did? Oh, it's not him. Oh, it's his brother.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I was
After
gonna say, I
playing
don't-
for the UK work permit English club Man United, he was released in the club. Ah, okay, fair enough.
yeah, it is like I'm just looking through it now, and Fernandez is probably the best signing out of all of those. Maybe Cavani. Cavani's probably a good signing, I would say, on the whole.
It's just
But
on the Mata one. It's so funny. They need a result the other night against Atleti, and Mata was coming off the bench like about 8 years after he was rendered useless by Chelsea. It just shows you the levels, man. Great player.
Mata
in
was
his day,
good though.
but
He
Jesus
was
Christ.
good.
Ibra was a good signing too.
Oh yeah, to be fair. So we're talking about 5 or 6 out of 40. Whereas
Yeah.
if you list every Liverpool signing since 2016, you won't find 5 or 6 bad ones.
But that's what I'm going to say. It'll be 5 or 6 bad ones you'd be looking for rather than good ones.
And I genuinely don't think you can name them really in terms of value for money.
Since when? 2016?
Since 2016, since Klopp's first window. Karius probably you could probably say, but he only cost 4 million quid.
Karius, fucking Karius, Jesus Christ. Adrian, even though he was free, was too much money.
Adrian.
Thank God for Alisson Becker. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, but even so, Adrian was always bought in as a backup anyway. He's like the Lee Grant of that list. Like
Ben Davies, Alberto Moreno, he was before club.
Ben Davis, we're going to make money on. So how's that bad value for money?
Even when we have a bad signing, it doesn't. That's so funny. I can't actually think of a bad signing we had in our club. That is insane. Ox, maybe.
But then even then, Ox has provided a lot more than a lot of those players on Manchester United.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can, yeah, true. Keita is still up for debate. I have faith in Keita.
Apologies. Ox is probably the one that I think has been the biggest waste of money, but that doesn't mean he is a waste of money.
What about
he's provided a lot.
Shaqiri? We made money on him.
Shaqiri?
No, he was good. I like Shaqiri.
12 million? Like
Grujic. Did we make money on Grujic?
Yes, made loads of money on him. I don't know. In terms of, it depends. Gomez, what? Even though that was also a Brendan Rodgers signing, but
yeah, it was only 5 million.
Yeah, I mean,
anyone that now, yeah, go on. I mean, we're reaching here. There's not many at Liverpool have had, which is a testament to the
honestly. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. There's so many good signings.
Solanke, we made money on him.
We made a lot of money on Solanke. Danny Ings as well.
Doing, by the way, Jesus Christ.
Well, you say that he's now the second top scorer in the championship.
Mitrovic syndrome.
I think that I think Solanke's got a lot more legs to work in the Premier League than Mitrovic ever had.
You reckon?
I think he's quicker.
I kind of hope it does. I kind of hope it does work out for him. To be fair,
he seemed a nice guy, didn't he? And I think he was quite unlucky.
Stephen Cocker.
He wasn't bad. I'm not having it.
Oh, fuck off.
Stephen Coker came in and played up front for 3 games. That's my man.
That was what the fuck times were they, man? Jesus Christ. By the way, that kit from Klopp's first season, grim, terrible kit.
What, the home kit?
Yeah.
The away kit that year was nice, man.
Which one was that?
The white one, 2015-16. It didn't have any iconic moments really, but it was nice, really nice.
Let me Google it.
Yeah.
Oh, the red and the white, yeah. Yeah. I remember that's when we bet Villa 6-0. And
oh yeah,
he kissed the fan.
Yes, and Colo Torre scored in that game as well.
Colo Torre scores, yeah, the scene. I know it's nostalgia, down nostalgia lane.
What vibes this is. Absolute pure vibes.
Thiago Ilori was Rodgers.
Benteke was Rodgers as well.
Benteke. I thought he could have, man, Kabak, yeah, Kabak's definitely one. But he was on loan.
Kabak
though.
wasn't. No. Kabak wasn't bad. I'm not having that.
The fact that he got a
Kabak-
song was hilarious.
He was lovable, and everyone campaigned to sign him at the end of the season. If you remember that,
And
everyone
now
was
yeah.
purely in Kabak vibes.
Okay, Alex Manninger.
Careful what you're saying there.
I found the list here. It's called ranking all
list.
25s Klopp has made as Liverpool manager. Now could be a couple of months out of date, but it's from March 2022 actually, so it's pretty.
We should do a tier list on stream one day. Well,
I want to hear this list.
Ask Crosby if he wants us to do that one day.
This is 1 to 25. Karius, Ben Davies, Manninger, Calker, Solanke, Grujic, Adrian, Ragnar Klavan, Taki, Costas, Shaq, Ox, Nabi, Kunate, Thiago, Luis Diaz, Jota, Wijnaldum, Matip, Fabinho, Allison, Sadio, Andy, Verge, and Salah.
I honestly can't name, in terms of value for money, a bad signing.
That's mental. Yeah, we've had some good look. Ragnar Klavan, how much did we sign him for?
Like 3 mil?
And he sold him for nothing, obviously, didn't we?
Yeah, but he played well in certain games. Like, he wasn't bad.
I remember we signed Alex Manninger, and it was like, oh, he won the league with
Arsenal
Arsenal
like 20 years ago.
Yeah, he was like 40 years of age. It was gas. Fuck me.
Listen, I'm pretty sure he was on the bench for the Mane's debut. Don't get me if I'm wrong, but the 4-3 away game, I'm pretty sure he was on the bench. And if that is right,
Yeah.
I'm an absolute genius.
You know what we should do? We should have an Anfield agenda, like a quiz off in the
I'll
style
back
of the
myself.
chase.
I'll back myself on that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I'd win. It'd be really good. Imagine.
By the way, Alex Maniger was on the bench in that game, so just gonna throw myself out there. Absolute
the
king.
Chase Liverpool fan edition. We have
with Craig as the chaser.
Oh shit! Yeah,
that would
work. Oh my
work.
god, that could be lit. And then me, you, Steve,
get Kyle on.
Kyle.
Oh, actually, no. I reckon Steve would be a good chaser.
That'd be really good. And the winner gets the ownership of the channel.
Yeah. The winner gets the Twitch stuff.
Gets to change their name to like something agenda, so the Paddy agenda or Chris agenda. That sounds
Padfield agenda. What's got to be stat Padfield? Connor to be the chaser. Who would be the best chaser?
In terms of who has the better knowledge, I don't know, but Craig would be a good one in terms of the chaser. The beast.
Oh yeah, mate, the beast.
Yeah, to be fair, Clavan's name was Ragnar, so like you win automatically with that, don't you?
That is true. And to be fair, he's got the most amazing GIF and the most used GIF in my phone with that step over against Everton. Where
what a guy! What a baller, Messi, clear Messi.
There was a point in 2018 where Clavan had more goals than Messi. That is because he scored on New Year's Day. But we move. That goal against Burnley, we'll never forget you, Ragnar. We never will.
What a player. What a player.
Well, there we go. We will be back tomorrow at the very same time. Mr. Murphy, you streaming tonight, sir?
Possibly. We will see. I have some business to take care of, but I will hope to get on.
Some business. Gangster Murphy going on over there.
Negocios.
Got to be done. But yes, thank you all of you for coming into the stream. We will be back, as I said, tomorrow. Make sure to follow us both on Twitter at Mr. Paddy Murphy and at Chris Stonadge. I should change it to Mr. Chris Stonadge because that's what Craig calls me all the time. That was
Mr. Chris Stonadge.
Yeah, we were Mr. Paddy Murphy and Mr. Chris Stonadge. That's my best Craig accent.
Never. All right, never again. End it.
All right, we'll catch you soon. And you'll never walk alone. See you later.